The basic principles of manifesting is to know that source is your knowing and your knowing is source, right? You don't summon from the outside, you reveal what's already within you, from within you, right? Because the source of your life isn't somewhere else, it's not some other thing. It's this knowing state that you already occupy, right? Whatever you come from, so whatever you know comes from source, and that same source is you. It's you knowing what's already within you. It's knowing from within you. You know, if you imagine something, you're not pulling it from somewhere else. It's coming from this unseen place within you, right? It's not coming from somewhere else or someone else. So whatever you are imagining, you already know it's there somehow. So you're just pulling it forth, right? But most people kind of unconsciously do that. When you consciously become aware, you know that whatever you are becoming knowing of, you must have already known in some capacity. It must already have been there to know it. It's kind of a self-serving idea, but because it is a self-serving idea, it's you, right? So the second principle, knowing is imagining. Everything else is an effect, right? So forget the idea that imagination is mental cinema. It is, but it's not the knowing bit of it, right? The picture, the voice, the touch, they're all just this aftershock feedback idea, right? They are ripples from what you are knowing. They arise because you've already dropped the idea into your subconscious, right? Boing, and it comes up. Knowing is imagining, right? The images, the sounds, the sensations, they are all just effects. You don't have to hear a voice in your imagination clearly to know what you are knowing of it. You don't have to see the scene perfectly HD, 4K, 8K, whatever we're trying to do sometimes, for you to know what that scene is, right? You only have to know this is who I am now, right? Not because it's clear, not because I can hear it, not because I can touch it, because I'm knowing the idea. And if I can know an idea, it must already be known to me as source. And as source, I declare that I am that idea right now. Right? I don't need to know the idea to know that it exists. My knowing of the idea is the knowing it exists. Very simple, right? It's actually so basic. It becomes a little confusing because it's so basic. That's kind of a weird cycle there itself. So the third principle, synchronicity. Seeing these signs, seeing these ideas pop up randomly, seemingly randomly in your awake experience, is this echo of your self-knowing. This is the entire point of science. Signs follow, they do not precede. Neville Goddard's famous line about signs. They can't show up unless you are already in that state. Right? They have to be there, but you have to be the state first and to see them. It's that whole, when you think about a red car, red cars appear, right? But you have to be thinking about the red car for red cars to appear. They already were there. It took you to be in that state of I am seeing red cars to see the red cars. So you had to do that first, right? So the world reflects back to you who you are being, because you are the world, but you need to be what is reflected. You need to be the image of what is reflected first. It's always you first, right? That's why synchronicities feel so precise, so tailored to what it is you are being, because they are exactly what you are being, right? But here's the thing. You don't have to worry about those synchronicities if they're not being what you want them to be. You just need to be who you want to be, and they'll follow, right? Not precede, they will follow you. Fourth principle. You already kind of live this way. Unconsciously or consciously, it's already what you've been doing your entire life, right? You've already been doing this, not by force, right? You don't, quite a few things, if not almost all things in your life that have synchronized with you. Like, a friend called me that I was just thinking about, You didn't script that. You didn't go write a novel about this whole idea. You didn't affirm 3, 6, 9 times a day. Right? You didn't say, I saw 5, 17 times in a row today. One of my friends is going to call me. No, you didn't do that. Why? You just had this knowing of your friend in some capacity, and they reached out. They messaged you. They called you. Right? You bumped into them at the store or something. Right? You didn't consciously try to manifest that. right? You It's really funny to me. You don't think about most of these things that come into your life very hard or very clearly, but the thing you want to come into your life, you think very hard and very clearly about, because you want to give yourself permission to just say, yes, that exists. Yes, that's who I am. Yes, I accept this invitation. Just accept the yes. That what you're contemplating is who you say you are now. That's my story. And I like the story. I love the story. I love my specific person. I love that amount of money. I love that job. I love that career. I love that destination. I love that idea of reality. I'm choosing to just be that now. That version of me who experiences that, I am that right now. And all the doubt and all the fear can just sit there because I'm going to choose it anyway. Right? So you can relax into that knowing that I'm going to imagine that life anyhow. I'm going to imagine that life in this knowing that it is brand new, that no, I just saw 555 on the timer. It's really funny. Sorry. I'm just going to sit here and relax into this knowing that no matter what's going on, I'm going to imagine the scene, knowing that in the scene, it's brand new. I don't have to make that happen. I don't have to figure out how to get that. I don't have to do anything about that except imagine myself in that scene I enjoy, I like, I love, and leave it there, right? Because there's nothing else for me to do. Everything here, including my physical self, is a manifested version and coming from a state that I've already chosen. So it must be unfolding perfectly. I don't have to, and nor can I do anything in the physical world to match what I am being in my imaginational world. In my imagination world, I am that. So I must be that now. And I accept that. Right? I can't figure out a right way to be that. Whatever I end up doing is that. And if I feel like I did something out of the, or out of pocket for what I'm choosing to be, that's fine. Just choose again. That's the point. You are blank and new and brand. You are blank and brand new and source and God in every moment, and every moment that has ever been and every moment that will ever be simultaneously right now. Right? This whole idea of a past existing means a future exists right now. But if all things exist, they must just exist now. So the whole idea of past and future collapses. Right? Think about it. If you can think of a past existing right now, that means you physically right this moment must exist as a version of you having a past, if you consider a past to exist. So if the past exists and you exist, that means you exist as a past to some future you. That means past, future, and now all exist, all just exists now. And you get to choose who you are now, because you are consciously choosing who you are. So be it right now, right? So chill because it's done. That's the last principle. Chill because it's done, right? Can I add in my own way there? Right? You don't have to get it right. You don't have to visualize correctly. You don't even need the right name of the thing that you were referring to. It will appear in your reality because Source knows what you're talking about, even if you don't sometimes. Right? Try it. Kind of fun. I did that the other day. It was quite it was still quite amusing to me. I was trying to get the name of a certain food that I used to eat, and I got the name wrong, but it literally, and I have not eaten this thing in years, right, in my perception, but it appeared in my house the next day, which was quite funny, right? This makes you wonder. It's like, no, Source knows more than you know, but you just need to know that you know it for your knowing of this coming into your life. That's what you are doing, your Source. You are knowing it into existence, right? Because it already exists. You, the creator of it. So sure, right? Source always hears you because you are Source. You've already imagined it, right? Which means you already know it. You couldn't imagine it if you didn't know it. That means you knew it first, which means it already exists and it exists within you. A bit of a long one there. I didn't expect to go that long, but sure, cool. At the principles of manifesting, you are the knowing of Source because you are Source. So whatever you are knowing already exists, and whatever you are consciously choosing to know more of is your reality. So much love, and I'll see you all in the next one.